Albert Einstein, the famous scientist known as Lazy Dog for his slow brain, he once struggled nearly a decade to find a job. We know Albert Einstein as the genius who gave us E=mc² and reshaped our understanding of the cosmos. But the inspirational part of his story isn't the discovery, it's the decade of persistent failure that preceded it. As a young student, Einstein was a disaster in the classroom. He hated the rigid rote memorization required by his German schooling, preferring to follow his own curiosity. His teacher saw him as rebellious and disruptive. One teacher famously told him he would never amount to anything. When he attempted to enter the prestigious Zurich Polytechnic, he failed the entrance exam, not the math and science sections which he aced, but the general knowledge part. He eventually gained admission, but his behavior didn't improve. He skipped lectures, relied on friends' notes, and clashed constantly with his professors. Upon graduation in 1900, his academic record was so poor that not a single professor would recommend him for a job. He was jobless, penniless, and deeply demoralized. For 2 years, Einstein desperately searched for a teaching post, sending out dozens of applications that were all rejected. He finally landed a temporary, low-level clerical position at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern in 1902. He was a patent examiner, not a physicist. This is where the true lesson lies. In the quiet hours between checking other people's inventions, Einstein protected his dream. He used his desk job not as a defeat, but as a shield. The simple, stable employment gave him the mental freedom to pursue the questions that genuinely obsessed him. He didn't need the university, the title, or the approval of his peers. He just needed a pencil and a quiet space to think. It was during this period, the low point of his professional life, completely isolated from the academic world, that he produced his Annus Mirabilis papers in 1905, including the groundwork for the theory of relativity. He didn't wait for validation, he created the work first. The motivational takeaway from Einstein's struggle is this: success isn't about being the fastest starter or conforming to the expectations of the crowd. It is about dedication to your unique curiosity. If you're ever stuck in a role that feels too small, remember Einstein in the patent office. Find the small, quiet window of time you need, protect your true work from the noise, and trust that the deep, focused effort you put into your own ideas will eventually outweigh any early rejection or failure.